shoplifting, phone theft and violence against women, but it comes as it makes huge cuts to other services. Comer-Schwartz is the Deputy Mayor for policing here in London. Morning to you, Kaya. Oh, sorry, let me be more formal. Morning to you, Deputy Mayor. Do I still have to say new?
I started in October last year, so not so new anymore, Eddie.
But then, let's start with the one that I see daily. Shoplifting it's almost at epidemic proportions. And what it does, it's like, I don't know how much you've studied in New York, but it's like the low-level crime. If people are getting away with nicking people's phones, nicking stuff from shops, then all the other stuff comes into being. And it just makes everybody feel slightly on edge.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you, Eddie. And it's one of the things that I've really taken from my role as a local authority leader is that the importance in getting the basics right. And that's why we're investing £32 million that we announced today to tackle these high volume crimes that really rock the confidence of communities. We've heard Londoners say exactly what you just said, that, shoplifting, phone thefts, are really worrying in the city, and we need to tackle them. And that's why we're doubling the officers in the West End, but we're also adding 90 additional officers across London in places like Brixton, Kingston, Ealing, Finsbury Park, Southwark and Spitalfields.
So while I accept that you're telling me about an increase, you know that I'm going to press you on what is a decrease. So Mark has been in here, Sadiq has been in here, well, not for a while, but they have been in here, telling me about losing officers. So how do you perform better? How do you reassure my listener against the backdrop of 1,700 fewer police officers and backroom staff?
Yeah, I think we need to recognise that, due to a decade of underfunding from the previous government, that the Metropolitan Police Force is facing real challenging times. But I think in challenging times, it's about what you prioritise. And London has been really clear with us that they want us to tackle the very issues we're talking about today, like antisocial behaviour, violence against women and girls, shoplifting and phone robbery. And that's what we're doing. We're putting our resources into the areas that matter most to all of us.
I accept that. But let me ask you as a woman then, as you go about your business in London, do you feel safe?
I mean, as you know, Eddie, I was born and bred in London. I've lived here all of my life. I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather live. It's one of the safest cities in the world. I think as a woman, you do feel like there are additional safety concerns, but that's why I'm so passionate about getting it right for women and girls. We'll be releasing our women and girls strategy. The Met have done the Borg action plan. You will have seen as well, maybe, Eddie, the work that the Met has done on targeting the most prolific offenders of Borg, the V100, using data to make sure that in any way possible they can take the most high harm perpetrators off the streets. So it's about making sure that we're doing all we can to make sure every woman and girl in the city feels safe. It's another thing that is really impressive that they've been doing this summer is, you'll have seen, Eddie, as a huge music fan, that the city has had huge female artists this summer, and the Met have done special Vogue train patrols around those gig sites to make sure that especially women and girls can really enjoy this summer.
And I accept all of that. But you are working again against the backdrop of, what is it, 3% turn into actual convictions. That actually, more than a year ago, that it was the police themselves that were coming under scrutiny. The perception is, for many of my listeners, it's about how they feel. Deputy Mayor, it's about how they feel. Now, you're new to the position. You say you're in a year. Just reassure our listeners that you are focused on some of the things that really do undermine people's confidence.
Absolutely. I really understand how, the perception of safety is exceptionally important. And I think that's why we really want to make sure that we're getting officers out out and about, visible on the front line. We've secured 935 frontline officers through this last budget. As we said, today we're seeing a doubling of the West End team and 90 additional officers in hotspots across London to make sure that the police are visible, that they are out in communities, that they're building that community confidence, because for all of us, that's what matters.
Okay, so I would like to extend an invitation for you to come to listen to Londoners, hear their stories, and perhaps that will help you. I accept that you're a Londoner, I accept that you live here, work here, but as a host of a London radio station that speaks for all of London, it would be lovely to meet you. I'll come to your place and for you to listen to Londoners. But last question, right? How did Tuesday make you feel? 65,000 people in our capital city celebrating the two-time winners of the Euros. Come on. Come on. Give me something,
Eddie,
Deputy Mayor.
As a huge football fan, I was absolutely delighted for the Lionesses. I couldn't believe it. I watched those goals, and it was very loud in my house. So yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. Do you have a little jig to Burna Boy?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know as many of the words as the coach, but definitely it was amazing, and I think that it really showed off how special London is.
Of course, it did. It is the best day that we have had in London for quite some. 7,000 people came 3 years ago. This time we had 65,000. I was on the tube. I saw the collection of people who came to our capital city support a wonderful thing, and let's hope that we can create more of those memories. Deputy Mayor, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate you coming on, and as I say, at any point we can, if you can come in and just listen to people and talk reason, help doing it, I welcome that. Have yourself a fantastic day, and thank you so much for coming on. This is BBC Radio London.